And hello, everyone. Welcome back to FPL in the Trenches, Frontline Prediction League in the Trenches, Frontline League on Twitter, X, Frontline Prediction League right here on YouTube. Like, favorite, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Also, check out Top of the Card podcast over on Spotify, iTunes, wherever you get your podcasts, and Top of the Card pod on X. That is something we do every other week or so, and we recorded mere moments ago, talking about Ricky Starks and stuff, and that one will be edited probably later in the week because I have this week off and I'm on vacation, and I'm not doing it until the weekend at the very least. So, sorry, you have to wait on that. But our best of 2024 and stuff did go up live in the past week or so. Do check that stuff out. But this is the FPL. This has a crazy show this weekend. It is Elimination Chamber, March 1st, my hometown. Birthday weekend, basically. I'm hyped for this. I'm not going to be there because it's a 16-hour drive or a 5-hour flight and exorbitant ticket prices. I sadly couldn't get there. But I've been to Skydome before. Last time I was there, last time Rock was there, was WrestleMania 18. It's a lot of fun. But I'm getting ahead of myself. I am your co-host, Scott. Joining me, as always, is BeerMe. BeerMe, how are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. How about yourself, Scott?
I'm good. My throat's raw. We just talked on the podcast for an hour and a half. But we're going to do this now Wednesday because I said it, blah, blah, blah. Tomorrow's my birthday. I don't want to do a recording on my birthday. I want to do whatever the hell I want. No offense, but I don't want to be like, I got to work on this for an hour and do a thing. I just know I don't want to. So I'm not gonna. You're getting early trenches tonight, everybody. Just like last week, actually. I think we did earlier. You weren't on it because you were sick and more asleep than awake. And it's been a hell of a time. But let's dive in, BeerMe, because we have no new matches to announce. I announced a whole whack of them last time. Did not get your input on it, so we might jump in with some of those. But we are going to talk about the 2 Elimination Chamber matches. We have the American title and the tag contendership on the line. And we're going to talk about the order of entry tonight. So basically, we're going to draw 6 names. The first 2... Well, how do we do it? It's order of entry. So, yeah, the first ones in are the first 2 to start. And then they fill the pods. Because the last person drawn is the last person out of the pod. Yeah, I had to think that through. So the first 2 names will start the match. Even though you might see when they come out to the ring and they fill the pods and then they get in the ring, even though they haven't always done that one, it's always weird when they don't. We're going to draw them, and the last 2... Oh, sorry, the last ones will be the... You'll see it. It'll make sense. You'll see it. But BeerMe, let's talk about our chamber. And yeah, guess what? I did not update the logo yet. It's still Royal Rumble in there. I meant to, but I didn't. I feel real bad about that this time because I meant to actually do it before we jumped into this, but we jumped right in and I forgot. I am embarrassed. So I promise you it will next time for our results next week of Elimination Chamber. The graphic, it's right there. You can see it. It's awesome. It's got the Toronto graphic. It's got the GMSG and Will Colt. 2 great Americans with the Canadian American title in Toronto. Bear in my throat. I feel it going raw already. We got to go through this. Let's go. The American Championship. We'll talk about the competitors in their order of entry here in a minute. In a minute. Good Lord. We got Will Colt, the American champion, defending against Kevin Dynamite, Jonathan Monroe, Pushino, Eli, and BeerMe Jesus, yourself. So we'll find out that order of entry. We'll come back to that and talk about who you think is going to win when we get there. I know you're confident, but more fun to come back when we know the order. The Canadian Championship is being defended. It's the Cleveland Championship. It's Watson rules. It's Varga rules. GMSG versus Aiden Mack. Now, you knew about this one before. You still confident on GMSG? I think Aiden Mack might upset it here. But storyline-wise, I want GMSG to win in Canada with 40,000 people. Yeah. Just like that, yes. But I want Aiden Mack to also upset him. But
Canada is a curse for FBU, but
Toronto especially.
Vancouver
wasn't good either with Survivor Series, but yeah.
We're gonna buck that trend, and hopefully we'll do all right.
Well, let's look at the other part here. We have the FPL World Championship number contender match. We did talk about this one. Cam Popplestone, Daisy Knoll, and James Blake. I'm kind of leasing Daisy on this. I love Cam getting that rematch. And Blake, I mean, he's kind of always there. But this is kind of like, this is it. It feels almost like if he doesn't get this shot, he feels like he's drifted from the world title picture because he's kind of been on the cusp. So that, not the saying he's not. Like, he clearly win this, go to Revolution, win the belt, and then defends at Mania. Again. So, like, that's 1 win away. But I feel like it's Daisy or Cam on this one, which is insane to say considering how dominant James Blake has been over the past 2 goddamn years. What's your thoughts right now going on this one?
I think James Blake's gonna pull it out because I don't
We
think
do.
I don't think anybody's really talking about him. He's kind of been like he's been there, but he hasn't been like there. You know what I mean? Like he hasn't been
Yep.
like in the front and center like he usually is. And I think this is the type of match where he comes back and shows everybody who he is.
Okay. Well, how about this I quit match? I quit death match. RGX versus Victoria Fiore. I'm not betting against RGX often anymore after that tag title run, so I'm picking him for that one. How about you?
He's been doing really well lately. I kind of got to go with him. Yeah, he's been doing really well lately, so we're gonna go with him.
How about this? The Watson Rules match is also a non-title match with our new European champion Atlas Kiyama, not defending, but it's against me because he made the challenge and I accepted and we went back and forth. So I'm facing Atlas in a Watson Rules match. I think I've only won one lifetime, so
you're saying the odds are not in your favor?
that's correct. But we're both from Toronto, so there's no hometown advantage either.
Right.
That's gone. Like it's normally, oh, Toronto, it's me. Nope, he's also from Toronto, not just Canada. Toronto. Like, and we've never faced one-on-one in all our years of JRPL and FPL, which was awesome when we realized, like, wait a minute, we haven't faced. Toronto's coming up. You're from Toronto, right? Yeah. Oh, so. And Costner's always lurking after the attack that happened, so there's always that. But what do you think? Do you think I'm going to win it? Because I don't know. I want to.
I'll go out. I'll go out on a limb. I'll pick you.
Oh, thanks. Thanks when you put it that way.
You know.
All right, next up. Go Right. I almost said Mr. Go versus Glee Right. Go Right versus Mr. Glee. I think I'm going with Go on this one for once. I don't go for Go often, but I think I've got him here.
You should pick Go.
James Costner has an open challenge. I think you picked Mystery because I normally do. I'm picking
Mystery guy. Yeah, I always pick the mystery guy.
All right.
Yeah.
I almost said the Jackson versus Arbiter Myrtle. It's only 10 o'clock. I'm not that tired. The Arbiter versus Jackson Myrtle. I think Jackson might have this one, but it's hard to bet against Arbiter. Beat my ass, so.
Oh, I always root for the Arbiter, but like Jackson Myrtle, I'm gonna go Jackson.
Okay.
He's tough.
I have to sneeze, so we'll see when that comes up and throws me off. JJ Rocky versus Orstella.
Oh, shit.
I'm looking toward JJ on this one. This is actually part of the WrestleMania kind of revenge tour because Red's facing Jeffrey Warhol. Red is facing JJ at Mania. I think you weren't here for this one, Beer, when I announced it, but they're the only two to be at all 4 WrestleManias that we've had in the FPL and be 4-0. Nobody else that's been at all 4 can say that. Yes, some have, I think 1% had a draw, so they had 3-0-1, but the only two who are 4-0, the only two with Undertaker-like WrestleMania streaks are JJ and Red. So they're facing each other. And JJ's facing Orstella, someone Red faced before at Mania. And Red's facing Warhol, someone JJ's faced before at Mania. I forget the exact time frames, but yeah. So what do you think? Do you think JJ and Red are going to win these, or shenanigans?
I think JJ and Red will win.
I'm thinking so too, offhand, so yeah. Next up, the Tag Chamber. I'm not even going to go through this because we're going to go through it when we do the wheel, and it's right there next. So we'll come back to that, but it is for a number 1 contendership match. The champions will defend at Revolution against the winner of this. And I do believe the runner-up of that chamber is going towards the next shot. I truly forget, but it'll all pan out. You'll see. We also have the kickoff show. Non-title match, Halcyon facing Eddie Chairshot Wood. That's our world champion facing Eddie. Non-title match, the tag champs, Call of the Mountains, Sheriff Dog, and Mark Harper will face Black Sacrament, Jason Blades, and Kyer. This is a main show, even though it's a kickoff show match. It is at Elimination Chamber. That could catapult Black Sacrament huge if they win. Watson Rules, Bane the Bissa versus Mark Steele. Hiroshin Moses versus Hunter Williams, CM Carlito versus Payne, Jut versus Rufus Bear versus X, whose name blends in there, versus Detrick Cyrus, Billy Grayson versus Junction, Supreme Rock versus Wookie Boone, Jaw versus The Gaffer, and Papa Snooch versus Matt Zion. So, with that, BeerMe, let's talk about these. And hey, you want to put your picks in? The page is there right now. It's been up there since Monday night. Deadline for this, I didn't even say yet. The show's at 7 o'clock Eastern. We know there's a 2-hour pre-show where they're going to show us everything from the big event at the Omni in 84 with Hogan and Orndorff, or 86, whatever that was. And then they're going to talk probably about both WrestleManias and the Sky Dome. And then they're going to probably talk about like breakdown with Cena and Edge and all these other Toronto shows, and I hope that they show stuff from the Raw that was taped on January 31st, 1997 at Skydome, the first 2-hour Raw. The very next Raw was called Raw is War. So it's the last one before that when they went 2 hours Raw is War and Warzone. I know this.
All right.
I know this because I was there. I was at that Raw, and it had one of the first triple threat matches with Brett, Shawn, and Sid for the title. That was a dark match.
Oh, that would rule.
That match is on the unreleased Volume 3 set. That match is awesome because it was Brett and Shawn going full tilt at that era before they really could, with Sid playing spoiler. It was awesome.
Yeah.
It was shortly after the Rumble where Sid and stuff happened with Shawn. But Stone Cold and Vader in a Toronto Tough Man fight. I forget who Brett faced, but like there was also Undertaker and Farouk versus Mankind. No, Undertaker and Ahmed Johnson versus Mankind and Farouk, which was a wildest brawl of matches. Who the hell did Brett face? I'm trying to... Oh, it was in the tag match, right? So, but that was a Friday Raw taping for Monday, February 3rd, whatever. I hope they show parts of that because it's in Skydome, and I've not seen the footage. I was a house show I went to, but it was actually a Raw taping. But I've gone so far off kilter. That is going to be a 5 o'clock start for that. So our deadline is 4. So at least it's not 6 o'clock with a 4 to a 3 o'clock. It's an hour later, but it's a 2-hour pre-show. Get your picks in now. The page is up right now. You can put them up immediately. Get them in there. Lots of bonuses considering there's not that many matches with 2 chambers. I forget the matches that are even on it. I've been so blurred with this.
Sammy and KO.
That's going to be awesome. Sammy and KO.
The women's tag.
Trishy Time versus Candice and Nia.
Mm-hmm.
That's it, right? Yeah. But it should be a lot of fun. It should be good. But let's talk about the Tag Team Contendership. So we have the Tag Team Championship will be defended. Nope, I've moved the wrong thing. Oh, boy, here we go. Is that the one? Nope, not the one. There it is. It's just barely on the screen. There we go. Okay, so we've got 6 teams here. We have the Kings of the Ring, Bash and Broken Nerd, former 2-time champions, Annex Asylum, Captain Krulix Blackwell and Static, Monster Mash, El Cid and Memories, who are 0-4, but by virtue of being one of 6 teams that we have in the league, are in, aside from obviously the Tag Champs and Black Sacrament. Light of the Cult, Danny Light Jordison and Kurt Cult, and Hell's Kitchen. So let's spin this wheel, BeerMe, and find out who will enter first.
Okay, yeah.
You were about to ask,
whoever gets picked here is...
We're about to find out the two. Enter number 1, then enter number 2, and then the 4 that are in the pods in the order that they'll exit the pods. So, so the first to start the match, and I think I did not turn the sound off. There we go. We spin. So who will start the match? Again, there's no title on the line in this, but I have to tell you that the Kings of the Ring will be first in. How do you feel about that?
That's a little uphill battle right there.
And I'm typing this to the guys so they have it and know. So
gotta go from first to winning it all.
There you go. They're going to start with the Light of the Cult.
All right.
I like that a lot because they've had history. Did they ever face for the titles? Because I know the Light have had a few shots, but did they ever face the Kings? I know they faced you guys, right?
Yeah,
I think the Call, or maybe the MBPA, but I think they faced them.
No,
so that's
I don't think they've faced the Kings.
I like that. That's good. That's new.
I could be wrong. Yeah.
Probably. I'm bad at remembering that. And the first team out, Pod 1 open, is the Reaction. CT and Luke. That's going to get messy for the Kings.
Yeah.
The next pod to open is Annex Asylum, Captain Kulix Blackwell, and Static. That's... So somebody is going to get a good draw at the end, and I kind of love what happened. Hell's Kitchen is next. meaning out of the pod last with the most bonuses, is Monster Mash. Now again, they are 0-4, but that's the kind of thing that could end up having them win.
Very possible.
That's the beauty of this and how insane that is. So yes, the Elimination Chamber for the teams will start with the Kings of the Ring and the Light of the Cult. Then the Reaction will join along with Annex Asylum, Hell's Kitchen, and Monster Mash in that order. How do you feel about the Kings' chances now? They do not have that ending chamber bonus. They have no bonus. That sucks.
It's
for
gonna,
them, but it's good for everybody else.
It's going to be an uphill battle. Hey, they can still do it. They can still do it. I got faith in them. It's just going to be a lot tougher. But,
All right. Well, let me get this set for the American Chamber. Here we go. The FPL American Championship. So this one is the title on the line. I'm trying to remember the last one we had for that. And I want to say that the championship either was successfully defended or we had a new champion.
Was it Ash?
Was it Ash or was it Pushino that won that?
Pushino.
And then went on to retain it. I think that's what I'm remembering. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
it was one of them.
Oops. The sound is on. I'll turn it off for the ones after this. Sorry about that. Bloop. Starting the American title chamber is not the champ. It's Kevin Dynamite.
I thought you were about to say my name and I was going to get a little upset.
Don't worry. He was #1 in the Rumble, too.
He was.
And he lasted
really
a
well.
long damn time. So
yeah.
He can win from #1. He didn't win the Rumble from #1, but he showed that you can. So who's next?
Like him too.
Who's next? Next up is Jonathan Monroe, who was also early on in the Rumble, I think. He was like single digits, if I remember correctly. Or he was in the 20s. I wrote that, but it's a blur. I don't remember exactly where he came out in that. But who's next? Let's see. It is Eli, first out of a pod. So he does start in a pod at least. But he's going to have a rough time of it once he gets out there with two guys ready to beat him up and throw him into the steel and the chain. Next out, BeerMe, bad news. It's you.
Shit.
That's not
it's
bad.
Okay, though.
You're after halfway.
Yeah.
You're in the bottom half. However, the problem is the champion might be last, and we're about to find out right now. He is not. He is second last. Will Colt is the second last out, meaning the winner of the last one, Pushino, is last out of the pod. And that might be what happened last time and how he won it. I don't remember. You can go look at our historic write-ups in the results section down below. You can go find that. Or you can go to his profile page, also down below. And you can go find from that match, Elimination Chamber 2024, go over, you can click on the link to read the write-up. That's insane if he goes back-to-back in chambers to win the American title. He was a long shot last time. No joke. It was like, oh, man, he's earned a shot. Like, we got a top 5, top 6. He's in there. He won the damn thing. He's not a long shot this time. That positioning kind of makes me go, he's kind of the favorite, if not the champ. The champ is 5th. Like, that's a lot to beat. But how do you feel, BeerMe, with that setup? Because you're in this one. You got pretty good odds too. You're not last, but
yeah, it's
rough.
It's a little rough, but we're gonna make do. We're gonna uphill battle.
Well, talk strategy with the guys. See what you want to do. Go to the picks page. You can see on your screen. Put your picks in before 5, 6. 4. Do it tonight. It's Wednesday. 7 o'clock show, 5 o'clock, 4 o'clock deadline Eastern. That's it. Put your picks in. Make sure you got your points in correctly. As mentioned many, many times, if you think Cena's going to win and you got to top lock that, put 4 on it. If that's your highest score out of 4 matches, 4 for that. But you can't use 4 again. So if you think Bailey's going to win, most you can do is a 3. And now you can only use 2 and 1 for the tag match and the Owens Sammy match. So please don't double your picks like that one. And yeah, keep in mind, multi-man matches, if stuff goes wonky, the match gets thrown out, but we do have other generally in there as well because we kind of want to prevent that, so keep that in mind. But yeah, we'll leave it at that, guys. That's it for the chamber. BeerMe, any thoughts for the weekend?
No, just make sure you get your picks in, and good luck, everybody.
Yes, good luck, everybody. It is this Saturday, March 1st, and then there will be Revolution the week after. That is going to be Sunday, March 9th, so at least there's time after that. I think after Rampage or Collision, it might be after Dynamite. I don't know the timing of when the picks page goes up. As my voice literally starts to go as I say it, you can hear it in that sentence. That'll be the week after, so keep an eye on that one. And then nothing till like Dyna, it's the 6th or 9th of April, with Rebellion around the 20th or the 16th, and then WrestleMania after that. Normally those are after Mania, so it's a little out of order, feels, this year. So we got a little more to work with and send and deliver as well. April's going to be stupid busy, so let's get in on this one, have a lot of fun. We'll leave it there, guys. Top of the card pod is on Spotify, iTunes, Twitter, all that fun stuff. Twitter, you can't listen to it there, but you can follow it there. Top of the card pod. This, though, Frontline Prediction League, Frontline League on X, Frontline Prediction League here on YouTube. Like, favorite, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Please do. We appreciate it. Follow along in our Discord below as well. And yeah, we'll leave it at that. Thanks again, everybody. Have a good night.